welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So I'm really excited about this one. I actually did the VIP pre-thing, which was really cool. I really liked it. Yeah, so let's get into it. So it was early November at Union Stage, and they had 3 openers. Started at 7:15. Originally the website said 7:30, so I was definitely glad I was there early. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first opener was Gabe, Woodrow, and it sounds like he's like a one guy, but he had like a full band with him, so that was pretty cool that it wasn't all just like recording and him playing one guitar. So it was nice that there was actually like a full band behind him. So the first song he played was called Haunt Me. I really liked the instrumentals, really upbeat, good opener, and I really liked the lyrics in the chorus. Then after that, he played Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath, which just a fantastic name for a song. I really liked the instrumentals right after the verse. I also liked they made a new Found Glory reference in there, so that was kind of cool. And then they had a drop of instruments and then like a build up with in the bridge, and then I also liked the lyrics in the bridge as well, so that was cool. I really like that song, good follow up. After that, they played Hallways, which had a slower feel to the start, and yeah, so I like the lyrics in that one, especially on the chorus. The singer and bassist played like to each other; they were facing each other for the instrumental bridge, and then I really liked the lyrics at the end of the bridge. And then the instrumentals in the chorus, especially at the end, like after the bridge, like anytime the instrumentals were in the chorus after, I really liked the instrumentals. After that, they played When You're Not Around. I really liked the quick short feel of the pre-chorus. That was definitely my favorite part of that one. After that, they played Hate to See Her Go. They introduced the band, and that had more of a heavy instrumental intro. They said it was going to be heavier from the start, so that was definitely true. There was some like screamy part before the really heavy instrumental bridge, which was actually like a pleasant surprise. It was kind of cool. I wasn't expecting that, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh hey, look at that. So yeah, so that was pretty neat. So then after that, they played their last song, which was Unraveling. There was like a much slower start and feel, especially compared to that more heavier sound, and it was just the guitar. And then after the first part, the instrumentals came in. I loved the first verse. It had a short, quick feel, and then it went like right into the second verse. They had like a little bit of a like transition, and then it went into the second verse, which I really loved. Definitely need to listen to this song recorded. I really liked it. There was like screaming at the end, and then there were dual vocals. So yeah, really liked that last song. Definitely a good ender for that set. So then after that, the band Cliffdiver came on, and like right off the bat, you knew Cliffdiver was going to be amazing because they had a shirtless saxophone player. So like, yeah, you were definitely getting some good quality stuff right there. So they got the crowd to sing during the what I'm going to call as the bridge for their first song. There was definitely a like very full sounding instrumental start to that song. Okay, so yeah, so I liked the lyrics to the song as well. So definitely a good start for that as well. After that, they played Who Let the Hogs Out, I think that was the name. There was an instrumental intro, and then the female vocalist took lead, and I don't think her mic was on, or it was too low or something, because we really could not hear her at all for like the first like 2 or 3 lines that she was singing. And then all of a sudden, like, you could hear her pretty like well, so I'm guessing that her mic was off, or something was malfunctioning, and then they figured it out. So yeah, so I'm glad that they fixed it, because it would have been really unfortunate if you could not hear her because she was good. So yeah, it got on. As it went on, it got heavy. I really liked the shifts like to the heavy, and then like it went back to not so heavy, so that was really good. I thought that was well done. After that, he told everyone to stay hydrated, and then the drummer was like, yeah, with beer, and he was like, no, beer doesn't count, and he was like, who said that? And he was like, oh my gosh, it was the drummer. The people close to you. It was really funny. And then he talked about how he gave up drinking 3 years ago, and how like he kind of had to change the way he kind of and then they did like an affirmation thing where he like made us repeat so he had the crowd basically sing part of the bridge to us. So that was really cool. I really liked that. And yeah, it's like good to remind yourself to be nice to yourself and do nice things. So then after that, they played Days Gone. The lead male singer was rocking out during the instrumentals. I liked some of the lyrics in the chorus. Then after that, they played I don't actually know what this was called, but I heard Black Lodge Breakfast Burrito. I'm not really sure. Is that a place? I don't really know. But he was like, who's had it before? And no one kind of said anything. He was like, okay, never mind. And he talked about how this was about self-doubt. It was just like sax and percussion and guitar to start. I really liked the quick short feel of the lyrics in the verse and the pre-chorus and the chorus. They all kind of like rolled together. It was amazing. It had a very Say Anything feel, which I loved. I really liked that song. And then they had like a really good like sax heavy instrumental like end, and it was fantastic. And it was a really good song. Really liked it. Then after that, they had Super Something and Al Pacino. I don't know what the second word was. But it had a less heavy instrumental start, guitar and lyrics. I really liked them. I really liked the lyrics in the first verse as well. Got super heavy for like a second. Like literally it was like a second, and then it dropped, and I loved that. Like it was just so good. And then the instruments kicked in, which was super, super fun. So that was really cool. Again, I like that, like you think you're gonna get into like the chorus, which is like more instrumentally heavy, and then they like just like they duped you, man. They got you. So I really liked that. That was a really cool effect. And then they went into their last song, which was equally like instrumentally full to begin with. Super fun. Definitely had like a heavier feel. They like let the guy in the front row sing some of the song lyrics. It had like definitely a ska feel for the bridge. The male lead singer thanked at the end, and like sent you signed thank you at the end. So I was like, oh my gosh, you're so awesome, sir. And at one point he talked about being a dad, and how he was like, that's how I get my jokes and my dance moves. So I don't know, I really liked the male lead singer. I thought he was really genuine, and it was good. Their whole set was good. Definitely an interesting sound, like a little bit of ska with like some screamo. I don't know, it was just a really interesting band. Definitely want to check them out as well. So then after that, Hit the Lights came on. Oh man. Listen, I was standing at the front of the stage, so I am fully aware that that is a choice, and that sometimes comes with a consequence of having two loud instruments. It was just really frustrating in this case, particularly because of the venue. Both bands before Hit the Lights came on used Hit the Lights drum set, the same exact drum set. So I don't know why the drums were so loud. Also, the bass was really loud, like bone vibrating loud bass. I wish they had just turned the instruments down. It was really hard to hear the lead singer. So basically every song, it was just frustrating because I couldn't understand the lead singer. And it was like I could have moved, but I wanted to keep my spot at the front for early November. So I don't know. It was a really, really disappointing set. I even, like, maybe it was me, I jinxed myself, because like right before I was like, this show's like shaping up to be like a really high score, because these first two openers were so good. And I just, all right, well, let's just get into it. All right, so the first song they played was Breathe In. And again, I was at the front, so I saw their playlists, so I could actually tell you the names of the songs. Really fast drums to start. Really liked that. Like, it was impressive, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool. And then when he started singing, I was like, oh, this is not so cool. I really liked the bridge. Again, hard to hear the singer. So then the second song was Save Your Breath, which again, I liked Breathe In, Save Your Breath. I thought that was a good 1-2 combo. I liked the intro. He let the crowd sing some of the lyrics. I liked the lyrics in the verse, and then they had like a less instrumentally heavy bridge, so I liked that. After that, they played The Real, which was a really heavy like feel to it. It was a really like full instrumental intro with some lyrics. really hard to hear the lyrics. Loved the bridge, which was less instrumentally heavy, and then I could hear the lyrics more, so I was like, oh, I actually like the lyrics to the song. After that, they played Stay Out. The guitarist came to the front and the lead singer like hugged him, like side hugged him. And I think there was whole word repetition in the bridge, or maybe it was the second verse, which I really liked. And I think I would have really loved it if I could have heard it more. So again, it was just like really frustrating. The instruments were just too loud. After that, they played 309. I definitely recognize that song. I liked the instrumentals and the lyrics. And then there was an instrumental bridge. The drums and instruments dropped at the end, like for the last few lines. Again, loved it because I could actually hear it. So it was great, but yeah. So then after that, they played Backbreaker. The bassist was a history buff, and he kept making references about history, so that was pretty funny, especially being in DC. He was like, hey, do you guys like know this other guy who might have been walking around town? George Washington? It was just funny. Maybe you had to be there. Anyway, so they let the crowd sing part of the chorus. I really wish the drums weren't so loud. Again, I liked what I could hear in the second verse. They made the crowd do the hand clap. After that, they played Speaker Blown, which they talked about coming out with new music, so that was really exciting. And they also said that they apparently are selling candles, which the drummer and his wife like hand make, which is pretty cool. So anyway, so back to the song. There was a less heavy instrumental start, which again I loved because I could actually hear what was going on. And that kind of carried over to the verse. I could definitely hear that. They let the crowd sing parts, and then like the lead singer was just like jumping around like crazy while they were like just all the time, like while he was singing even. So that was really impressive and fun. After that, they played a song called Call Out. The snare broke like at the beginning, so they had to banter, and it was fantastic. Like, love the improv banter. It was so great. They poked a little bit of fun at Early November, which was like so fantastic and funny. They also made like a corny joke about Baltimore and people who worked for the government. So that was like cool. I'm sure they were super stressing out about everything, but the lead singer and the guitarist seemed to just kind of like take it in stride. So they did a really good job of dealing with a super stressful situation on the stage, so I had to hand it to them. Anyway, so for that actual song, I liked the chorus because I could hear most of it, so that was good. After that, they played Drop the Broad. That had a lighter instrumental start to it, and then it got like a lot heavier. They let the crowd sing towards the end, and then finally they ended with Body Bag. I could hear the opening lyrics, and I really liked them, and then the percussion came in full, and I could barely hear them again. But he did let the crowd sing at the end, and just overall it was just so frustrating. I just really wish that I had been able to hear more of the lyrics, because like I have listened to Hit the Lights before. I like Hit the Lights, and I was, again, like I said, really looking forward to seeing them, but it just wasn't great. Alrighty, so Early November didn't go on until 9:50, so I thought that might be a problem, especially because it's a Wednesday night. So I was thinking, like, just sound ordinances wise, that might be not the best. And at some point, they definitely cut some songs, and I don't know which ones they cut, so I apologize in advance if I have the wrong song. I'm not great with song names if I don't like know it really well. So I'm going to try my best. But the first one was for sure Staying on the Carpet. That I could definitely hear. Also, so again, the drums for this set were like a little bit loud, but again, it was because I was in the front row, so I know it, but they weren't as loud. Like, I don't know what it was with Hit the Lights. He either hits the drums so hard or they made everything so loud. Anyway, sorry, back to Early November. So, Staying on the Carpet. Started with just the guitars and lyrics. I especially like the second half of the chorus, and the drums at the end. So yeah, that was a good song, good start. And I also maybe should like preface this with, I forget that although when you listen to the recorded version of Early November, it's all like sad, slow, and sappy. It is not that way when they are live. It is like so amazing and just like instrumentally like full and just fun. Okay, so the next song should have been We Hang On. I liked the drop in the percussion in the pre-chorus. I really liked the chorus with like the build back up, so it like drops and then like it built back up during the chorus, so that was cool. It was really fun during the chorus. He was like jumping around, and I really did like the sudden shift for the instrumental feel for the bridge, so I thought that was cool. Yeah, so then after that he was talking about like this one word chorus, and so they went into decoration. Fantastic follow-up, but obviously would have loved to see it towards the end, just because I know that song really well. But super fun to see live, especially the chorus. I love the crowd singing a few times, so that was cool. And there were definitely some subtle changes, at least I thought there were, so that was also cool too, if there were, which I think there were. So then after that they went into Sesame Sesame. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Fantastic follow-up. Again, would have loved to see it later in the show. It was hard to hear the first part of the first verse, but then after that it was like pretty clear. Amazing to see live. Love that song in general, and they let the crowd sing some of the bridge, so that was pretty cool. After that, again, I'm like, this might be where it goes off, I don't know, but it should have been Afraid in Doubt. So it was hard to understand the lyrics, but I did recognize the song, and I really is like a high energy start. So again, like fun to see live. At that point he took his shirt off. He had like a flannel shirt on, so he took it off at the end of the song. Again, reminded everyone to hydrate, very important. So then after that, guys, they played this song that I wanted to see for like the past since it came out. So they released Ave Maria. I was so happy. It was the single off that album, and I basically wanted to go see them. It didn't work out. Pandemic struck. I was going to go see them, and I was like, they're going to play it. Couldn't see them, obviously. And then like they came back, and it wasn't working with my schedule, and so I was so happy that they played this song. Oh my goodness. First of all, like, okay, so let me back up before I talk about the actual song. So he talked about writing it, and like talking about how like trying to do the same thing over and over again, feeling kind of stuck. He definitely made some pacing changes in the choruses, which were so fantastic and so good. I've been wanting to see it live. It seemed a lot heavier. It was just, I was just like blown away. Again, when I listen to it recorded, it's like a nicer, like kind of like slower song, but man, they amped it up. It was so fantastic. He said that this is the first tour that they played the song on, so maybe it was good that I didn't see them in a different setting before then, because I would have been disappointed. But man, they have to keep playing that song, because it's so different and so good live. Like, it was just it was more than I could have imagined it being. It was so good. So keep Ave Maria in your playlist, please. It was so good. Early November, so good. After that, again, at this point I know that was Ave Maria for a fact. Make It Happen. Love the short, quick feel in the verses. And then the guitarist came front for the instrumental bridge, and the guitarist was like amazing. He was doing stuff like all show. It was really cool. He was really fun. After that, again, I could be wrong at this point, but it should have been Boxing Timelines, but I also made me think maybe it wasn't. I think they maybe took that one out, because he said the title of the song, but it didn't sound like Boxing Timelines. And the next song on the playlist, again, because I could see the list, or the set list, I mean, it said Sunday Drive, and he did say it started with an S. So at this point, they may have skipped Boxing Timelines, and I may now be off by a song, but so maybe I'm just gonna stop saying the song titles. And if you actually know, please let me know, because I would love to know. So the next song was a slower start with less instrumentally heavy start. And then I really loved how it like really picked up later in the song, but it wasn't until like a little bit later in the song. So I really liked that. It wasn't just like right when the verse started. It was cool. So then the next song after that, the basic got the crowd clapping, much heavier instrumental start. Really liked the second verse, and I thought it was a really good follow-up, especially because that other song like gets so heavy towards the end. So I really liked that. I thought that was a really good 1-2 combo. Okay, so then the next song after that, it was just the guitar and lyrics. I loved the part word repetition in the intro. Thought that was really cool. Then the full instrumentals came in. Loved the chorus overall. Yeah, so it was good. I just loved it. It was really good. And then the guitars came to the front for the instrumental ending. So that was again really fun. Okay, so then yeah, so sorry. The next song, I got home. Now I'm home, guys. I'm home. Let's just leave it at that for right now. Okay, so I really liked the chorus of the next song. The music dropped from the bridge and then built back up again. So again, I really liked that. Thought that was really cool. So then the song after that, it was great to see live. And now I'm thinking it wasn't the song that I thought it was based on the title that I see here. So the chorus was really good. Instrumentals of the verses were fantastic with that like quick short feel. And then the guitarist actually went off stage into the crowd for an extended instrumental bridge. So great to see live. Really loved that he just like got off the stage and like people were super excited about it. So that was really fun. So this is where I was like, oh, they definitely skipped some songs. So the next song they played was Ever So Sweet. He thanked the crowd for making this all possible. The whole rest of the band, except for the singer, left stage. It was just him with an electrical guitar. So it wasn't acoustic, it was electric. Really great to see live. There were definitely changes in the pacing in the chorus. Love the bridge of the song so much, like so good. And so he was stomping on the stage to make the drum sound for that bridge. So that was cool too. So yeah, so I really liked that song. And again, it was definitely not supposed to be that early. And then they let the crowd sing the word special. So that was fun. Like he kind of like went back and forth with us and then he sang a few times. So that was cool. So then after that, the band came back and they started a song with a slower start and then like a full, like really like heavier instrumental kicked in. Loved the short, quick feel of the verses and the chorus. Really good shifts from like slower to that like short, quick feel. So I really liked that song. Thought that was like a good song to come back to. And then they went right into the next song. I actually forgot about this song. Like I definitely recognized it pretty early on. I was like, oh my gosh, like yes. So that was really good to see live. He let the song, the crowd sing the chorus. And then there was like that nice quick short feel on the bridge. So that was really cool. And then they played their last song, which had an instrumental heavier start. I didn't recognize it until the chorus. And then I really loved the lyrics in the chorus. Oh man, they just went like so hard. They gave that song like their all. They were just everywhere, all over. It was amazing. It was really, really cool. All right, so score, so I can go home and go to bed. Let me think about that. I really liked the openers. I thought they were really good. And I especially am interested to see what Cliffdiver sounds like. And really disappointed in Hit the Lights. It just like was so disappointing because I was so looking forward to it. I was like, man, I was like, the fact that like I get these like two amazing bands back to back is gonna be so great. And then and again, it's like I would have left the front of the stage, but I wanted to be like front and center, so it's unfortunate. And maybe if I had been standing in the back or had gotten a seat in the back, I don't know. So unfortunately, it's like I feel like I can't give it a great score because I don't know, that part just like wasn't great. And then the Early November was really good. Played a few songs a little early for my liking, but they did play Ave Maria, which was like the one song I wanted to hear. And man, they just went, especially towards the end, they went so hard. That last song was so fun. And again, like the whole set, it's like you forget that because when it's recorded, it's like so like quiet and nice, and then you're like, oh my gosh, no, this band is like rocking out. It was so good. Man, it's Hit the Lights is really like bringing down the score for me. I think I'm gonna give this one, I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. 8.5. Yeah, 8.5. Let me know what you think. Do you think that's fair? Did you go to the show? Did you want to go to a show? Did you go to a previous show? Are you going to one of the next 2 shows that they're playing? Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.